All right, we're going to talk about a torque converter leak. A lot of times you buy a new torque converter, put it in a vehicle, you may develop a leak. A lot of times you'll put a reman transmission in. You could have a leak. We do a lot of reman transmissions. We put a new converter in every transmission that we rebuild. Used transmissions we don't, because that voids their warranty, but on all of the reman transmissions they'll have a new converter. All of our rebuilds will have a new converter or a reman converter. So just something to get you to thinking a little bit outside of the box on these things. Through the years, I've had 10 or 15 of these to do this to me. I don't know, I've lost count, but been in business for about 22 years. So, but one of the issues that we came across is putting a torque converter in, reman converter, and we end up with a leak. You first think seal, bushing, maybe even pump O-ring. So you pull everything back out. New bushing, new seal, new pump O-ring. You think you got it, put it back in there, your transmission's leaking again. You may have drove this thing a week or two before it ever started leaking, but now just as soon as you put the transmission in, it's leaking. So I want to demonstrate something that we found out that became a problem through the years, and we do a lot of these transmissions, so we don't test every one of them. I ain't going to say that we do, but they're supposed to be pressure tested from the factory, but maybe it's 5 o'clock on Friday when you buy that torque converter. That last one that runs across the assembly line and everybody's ready to go home. So, but anyway, in any case, you could do this if you buy a new torque converter. It might help you out. It might save you a lot of labor. It's worth doing it, and just to make sure that you don't end up with this problem. So what we've done, we've got about probably quart of fluid in this torque converter before we start. So I'm going to do this little demonstration for you so that you can see what we've ran into over the years, and maybe this will help you out. So you just take the cap that came off the torque converter, and you put a hose clamp on it just like this right here. Tighten this up. All right. And what you do is you punch a little hole in the top of it. You get your air hose hooked up, and what you do is you apply a little bit of pressure right here. You're going to see this thing leak. Just poke it down through like that. Add a little pressure, and you see it bleeding out of that weld. Someone didn't do a good job of welding, but then it got missed also when it got pressure tested. Maybe the weld broke. I've seen welds break. And I've also seen on used transmissions where this converter is sitting back in the transmission and someone has dropped it. Maybe they dropped it off the pallet. They don't tell anybody. They throw it back up on the pallet. You come along, you buy it. And what happens is the weight of this converter sitting in that pump housing, and it'll snap this weld right here, or it'll snap this neck, and you don't notice that. Anytime you buy a used transmission, you might want to slide that converter out of there and look at that neck just to make sure, and also check that stator to make sure that it's good on that transmission. But I hope this video helped you. I hope it saves you some time. Cody, let's get this camera turned off. We got some work to do.